Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most powerful and life-changing books ever written, about personal growth, Atomic Habits, by James Clear. This book is a masterclass in understanding how our habits work and how we can use that knowledge to transform our lives. We all have things we want to do, right? We want to exercise more, read more, eat healthier, or stop endlessly scrolling on our phones. We set goals, but for some reason, we fail to stick to them. Why does this happen? James Clear argues that the problem isn't you. The problem isn't your goals. The problem is your system. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems? This book teaches you that real change comes from the compound effect of hundreds of tiny decisions, what he calls atomic habits. So, let's break down the core principles of this brilliant book and see how you can apply them to your life, starting today. Focus on identity, not just goals. This is perhaps the most profound idea in the entire book. Most of us set outcome-based goals. For example, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to run a marathon. There's nothing wrong with these goals, but they are focused on the result, not the process. Clear says that true change happens when you focus on identity-based habits. Instead of just setting a goal, you need to change your self-image. Let's use an example. An outcome-based goal is I want to write a book. An identity-based approach is I want to become a writer. When you say, I'm a writer, you are reinforcing a new identity. Your habits are a reflection of who you believe you are. So, every time you sit down to write just one page, you're casting a vote for your new identity as a writer. Over time, these votes accumulate and you start to believe it. This shift in perspective is crucial. It's not about achieving a result, but about becoming a certain type of person. A person who exercises, a person who reads, a person who is organized. When a habit becomes part of your identity, it no longer feels like a chore. It feels like who you are. Now, let's flip the script. To break a bad habit, you need to make it difficult and unsatisfying. Inversion of Law 1. Make it invisible for the cue. Reduce your exposure to the cue. If you want to stop checking social media, delete the apps from your phone. If you're trying to cut back on junk food, don't buy it at the grocery store. Out of sight, out of mind. Inversion of Law 2. Make it unattractive for the craving. Highlight the downsides. Focus on the long-term negative. Consequences of your bad habit. If you are a smoker, remind yourself of the health risks every time you crave a cigarette. Inversion of Law 3. Make it difficult for the response. Increase the friction. Make the bad habit harder to do. If you want to watch less TV, unplug the TV and put the remote in a different room. If you want to spend less time on video games, unplug the console and put it in a box. Inversion of Law 4. Make it unsatisfying for the reward. Make the consequence painful. Use a punishment that you'll feel immediately. Use an accountability partner. Tell a friend or family member about your goal and ask them to hold you accountable. You can even set up a commitment. Contract where you pay a penalty. If you fail to stick to your promise, this makes the bad habit unsatisfying, and the social pressure is a powerful deterrent. This is the final and perhaps most important lesson from the book. When you start a new habit, you won't see results immediately. Your progress will feel slow and almost non-existent. This period is what Clear calls the Plateau of Latent Potential. Most people give up during this phase. They think their efforts are wasted because they don't see immediate results. But this is where the magic happens. Your hard work isn't being wasted. It's being stored. It's building the foundation for a massive breakthrough. The key is consistency. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not their goals, but their commitment to the process, even when it feels like nothing is changing. So, what should you do when you miss a day? Never miss twice. If you miss one day, don't let it become two. The first day is an accident, but the second day is the beginning of a new bad habit. Get back on track immediately. One mistake doesn't define you. It's the system that matters. Conclusion? So, there you have it, The Science of Atomic Habits. This book is a reminder that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your habits. Don't worry about big, ambitious goals. Instead, focus on building tiny, atomic habits every day. Remember James Clear's words, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on personal growth.